Hey, y'all. Hey. Hello and welcome, families, friends, corporate partners, staff members, and innovators. My name is Kamyra Troupe. I'm a Class 19 graduate, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about my journey and why I stand in front of you today. Imagine a young girl, quiet and in her shell, timid, shy, and usually stays to herself. Why are you so quiet? What's wrong with you? People will always ask me. Now, I want you to imagine that same girl, a girl who has an opinion for almost everything and ain't afraid to share it, and a girl who had the courage to share her story in front of hundreds today. Ironic, right? I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with being quiet and to myself. For all they know, I'm planning a secret attempt to take over the world. As both an adult and a young girl, I had wondered so much about why the world is the way it is. As a child, I thought about whether there were forces that got in the way of my parents raising me. Instead, it was my wonderful and crazy grandmother who took on the job. I also wondered why I was a little black girl who was ashamed of her hair, or why I didn't have $150 every other weekend to cop the new Jordans. But now, as an adult, I have asked myself more important questions, like why are so many black women and men being murdered? Why are there so many homeless people laying in the richest parts of the city? And why is the opportunity in this country so poorly divided? So these are the things I ponder when you see me staring off into space. As a San Francisco native and being brought up in neighborhoods like the Fillmore and the Bayview District, I have noticed all of the drug and gang activity, violence, and gentrification going on around me. I've lost loved ones and cousins to violence. I was not blind to what was going on and paid very close attention. I knew my community was suffering, and this affected me a lot. Yes, I was raised by my grandmother instead of my parents, and my family didn't have a whole bunch of money to blow on fancy vacations. However, I was taught the importance of acknowledging what you do have and paying no attention to what you don't. I still have both parents in my life and a solid group of supporters. Even though I did not always cop the new J's, I still had shoes on my feet. It was a lot harder for others in my community, and I knew I was extremely blessed. But the more I paid attention to the world around me, the more I knew something was wrong. I knew I wanted to be a part of making the world a better place, but I didn't know where to start or how to do it. Europe gave me that extra little push to make a difference. The summer prior to Europe, for days, I prayed for a change. I had less than $50 in my account for days at a time. Someone who I hadn't spoken to in years reconnected with me. He was catching me up on his life and what the past couple years had looked like for him. Before I opened up to him about my plans to drop out of community college, he told me about how he found his current job. Europe. Europe? No, year up. He told me a bit about the program. He said after he interned at the Airbnb headquarters, he soon found a job at Google through gaining experience and connections he made. How much you make? I asked my friend JJ. Just know it's good money. I had to give this opportunity a chance. God is always on time, and this had to be faith. I applied the next day. Pre-orientation, I wasn't nervous at all. I mean, Europe was like school, right? And I didn't mind that, except fewer classes, we get to break apart computers and get paid every 2 weeks, and we could land a high-paying job at the end. Piece of cake, right? Wrong. The second week, we were all in for a surprise. We would be opening up to this group of strangers sooner than some of us might have liked. We were encouraged to share our difficult times in our lives, stereotypes made about us, and give these people a chance to see us for who we really are. There ain't room here to stay quiet in your shell, Myra, I thought to myself as it was approaching my turn in the warm-up question. I didn't know it would get this deep this soon, but I liked it. Europe gave me a chance to do some self-reflecting and find my purpose in this world. I didn't think this program would open up so many doors for me so soon. I met tech executives like Kent Walker, Vice President of Google, and Rachel Williams, Global Head of Diversity and Inclusion at StubHub. During the second month of Europe, an email went out to the students about a chance to be an extra in a Salesforce commercial titled No Boundaries. By this time, I had signed up for almost every club and event. Of course, I had to be a part of this, right? To my surprise, I would be one of the main faces in the film. I had this huge role for this huge company, and I had not prepared. But now I am a part of something big with an even bigger message. Everyone deserves endless opportunities with no boundaries. My face is even the thumbnail of the YouTube video. Amazing. I got the link for y'all if y'all want to check it out after. When I found out I would be attending eBay for my internship, I was super stoked until I realized eBay is in fact in San Jose and not in San Francisco. I found out I would have to travel all the way there almost every day for the next 6 months. Great. Well, good thing I'm a morning person, right? My first week at internship, a mix of emotions came over me. I was in this corporate company, and most, if not all, these people had fancy degrees. There was only 2 or 3 others in the entire building that looked like me. I kind of felt like an imposter, but I soon got over my nerves. 6 months ago, I didn't imagine I would be giving a presentation to a room full of executives or gaining advanced skills in design tools. I'm more appreciative of this beauty in the world, and I want to continue building my brand and possibly take on architecture in the near future. I received an award for my constant professionalism and leadership, participated in a $1 million film, took field trips to billion-dollar companies, and now I have the pleasure of standing in front of you all to share these great moments. Europe hasn't always been easy, though. I cried in front of my colleagues when I could not get my code to work on my quality assurance assignment. It was due the next morning, and I had to be at work in less than 20 minutes. I also cried when I found out I lost my dear friend, Angel Raygoza, in the first few months of program due to gun violence. I have had my days where I simply did not want to go to eBay and would much rather lay in the grass in Dolores Park. Times when I was down and lost little motivation, I could depend on my best friend, Armani Doss, a Class 19 graduate also, to be by my side and to give me words of encouragement and wisdom. These past 11 months, I have gained some lifelong relationships and learned some very valuable lessons. Not only has Europe taught me both technical and professional skills, this program has taught me the importance of having a voice, knowing you deserve the best, and finding ways to achieve the best. I would like to go back to school to receive my master's degree in behavioral science, and I also plan to use my skills to become a freelance designer and also build an app for young people of color who are disadvantaged and may be seeking local resources and support. I have come up with a cool way to merge my passions for technology and people and make the world a better place one step at a time. I'm still working on the details, though. Don't take my idea, y'all, and don't tell nobody. There's nothing more expensive than a missed opportunity. So I took this opportunity to join Europe and to change my life for the better. I took the opportunity to stand in front of you all and share the experiences that I have been blessed with, willingly stepping out of my shell. Life is about lifting others as you climb, and this is my very first stepping stone. I will help create a better world, but I cannot do it alone. I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. And yes, this is that quiet girl about to take over the world. Thank you all, and congratulations, Class 19.